YouTube, what's happening? Welcome back to another Hip Hop Head Reacts to Metal. Today we are back with Metallica, and I don't have a lot to say about this one because I don't know a ton about it other than it's been suggested more than a few times. I was like, you know what, it's time to do some Metallica again. We haven't done some in a little while, since the Four Horsemen, I believe. I don't think we've done another one, and everyone wants to see Seek and Destroy, but I don't want to do like, you know, I want to be jumping all over the place. I don't want to do all this, you know, close ones together at the same time sort of thing. I don't think that made any sense, but you get what I'm going for. We're doing For Whom the Bell Tolls today, and this one stood out to me because it's been suggested, but it's on Ride the Lightning. Now, the only song we've done on Ride the Lightning so far is Fade to Black, and that is maybe my favourite one that we've done on this channel since I started. I've definitely listened to it like 20 plus times at this point, so yeah. Quickly, if you saw the video on Saturday, the Megadeth video, I'm sorry about the way that came out. Yeah, I don't know. I talked about it then, so I'm not going to talk about it too much now, but just things aren't great at the moment for me, which is why today I'm just going to go and sit and absorb some music and try and distract myself. But yeah, I'm sorry about the way that video came out, because I've reread the lyrics since, and in that video I was like just focusing on losing myself in the music more so, but I've reread the lyrics since, and there's a lot more going on in that song. And I know I'm talking about Megadeth and Metallica video again. I know not everyone is okay with that, but I'm talking about the channel and the video that I made specifically. I'm not comparing the music or anything. Yeah, there's lyrically, I mean, I won't go into it too much, but I may make another video on that song at some point, just discussing it more than I did. But thank you for all the comments of support and stuff. It is nice to have when I've not got much else going for me at the moment. So, Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Let's kick it. I'm gonna move actually. Very Metallica guitar. Right, I suppose before it gets to, I feel like the lyrics are coming. Yeah, I feel like I say it every time we listen to Metallica. Something about the way they sound. The guitar just sounds like it's got the same sort of feeling to it every time, the same sort of bite to it every time. And I don't know if it's just the way that it's being played, or I don't know if they do anything to it in like post-production, so to speak, or the way it's recorded, but they have very similar sounding guitar, even for a different style of song, something where it's like angry, or something where it's quite energetic, or something where it's a bit more mellow. It still has the same sort of sound to it. I think that's really cool that they're consistent like that. So we'll get to the lyrics in a second. Obviously I haven't started singing yet, but I will mention that I know generally what this song's about. Well, obviously the name of the song is a book by Ernest Hemingway, a book about, well, as Genius says, it's a take on Hemingway's novel of the same name, about their approach of modern warfare and the combatants' impending demise during the Spanish Civil War. But we'll get to that, because he hasn't started singing yet, so we'll get to that. Oh! This as well. I've got to pause it again because it's about to pick up. Right as I hit play, I love that sound. Again, that's another, like, that just reminds me of a Metallica sound. Like, and I know there's so much metal that I've not even heard yet. Thrash, rock, all these sorts of like genres and subgenres, whatever, that I've not even delved into yet. But as far as what I've heard so far, it's just a Metallica feeling. I just love whatever that was, the sort of melody in the background there that kept sort of repeating the do. I just love that sound. And I don't know if it's just because that reminded me of Fade to Black a little bit then. Which is a song that has already come to mean quite a lot to me in like 2 months since I first heard it. But I don't know if it just reminded me of that. It's just like you lose it. If it wasn't for the video where I pause it and stuff, and obviously I'll go and listen to this in my own time without the pauses. But if it wasn't for having to pause it for the video, like I can see it, you're gonna get lost in that. You're gonna get lost in it. And I'm so excited for the rest of this album based on Fade to Black and the first 2 minutes of this song. Pause it here because there's a minute. It's just reached the end of the lyrics and there's a minute left. So if I know anything about Metallica, I know there's still a lot more to come. So we'll let it end on that. Here we'll talk about I really like the verses in these songs. I guess the first one in particular has got really struck me this way. It's quite and quite poetic, I guess is the word that comes to mind, and not necessarily in a way that like all written music is it's just a type of poetry, isn't it? There's like an element of poetry to it, but like this, so I could read that verse as a poem. Just like the whole thing, I don't know, just something about the way it's written and the imagery being used in it, and it just gave me that sort of vibe. Yeah, you can definitely tell what's going on. I mean, obviously the name and the links to the book from the name and what the book's about. It's not hard to figure out what the song's about, but it's very imagery driven, like a lot of Metallica I've heard so far. It reminds me of One a lot, but I don't know if that's just because of the obvious connection of it being about war and soldiers falling and stuff. But yeah, I like some of the lines because like some of the stuff, like shouting gun is just gunfire, right? But it's just a different way to put it. Something that happens in hip hop all the time. Just like a different way to put it. But then there are some lines where it's like it actually makes you think a little bit more like for a hill men would kill, why they do not know. I don't know if this is just the way I'm taking this line, but it's kind of like I've clicked on the Genius thing. It's talking about it's linking it to another line in a famous poem, but it's like saying you've got all these soldiers fighting this war. Could be for land. I guess that's the for a hill thing, but it could be for anything really. Men would kill for it. Why? They don't know. Like people are literally, all these soldiers, they're out there taking people's lives. They're out there killing people. They're out there losing their own lives, or barely coming back alive, you know, they're killing people because they're getting told to, right? You know, like I don't want to say, I'm not saying that everyone who has fought in these wars has been like that, but a lot of these people, it's like, you know, blindly following orders, I guess you could say. It's like, for a hill, men would kill. Like, even it's the for a hill thing that's making me think like for land, but it could be for anything, right? I guess if it's a civil war, it's kind of about land. I know there's more to it than that, but it's kind of about fighting for the country. You know, they're taking over the who gets the country, that sort of thing. I'm keeping this at a very surface level, but yeah, it just I think that's just an interesting line, and that's just one line. Well, I guess it's two lines out of the verse that just stood out to me like that. I think it's interesting that like amongst all this imagery and stuff, you can still like pick this line and be like, okay, what's he talking about here? Well, he's talking about, you know, these soldiers that are going out and killing people, and they don't even know why they're doing it. And it's like, stiffened wounds test their pride. You're a soldier, you're going into war. Some people will be shitting it, but some people will be like, hell yeah, let's go and like do our job for our country, because this is what I've been told is what the country needs. Yeah, I'm gonna go kill people. But then when they come back and they're getting like shot in the leg, the arm, you know, if they're still alive, if they're fortunate enough to not die from it, it's like, it's testing them, you know. It's like, was this the right idea? It's just interesting to me. It's quite a good balance between like poetic imagery. There's a lot of imagery to it, and it builds an image in your head, but at the same time, you can grab specific lines and talk about the implications of that line and what they're trying to get at. And it's the same sort of thing. The second thing, obviously, take a last look at the sky before you die. It's the last time you will. Yeah, I like it. Let's finish it off. See where this last minute takes us. Right. It was pretty interesting, actually. It was a bit different. It was a bit like, I guess off kilter is the word. It was a bit unnerving. Like, it was like I couldn't quite get, like, I was trying to sort of bump along to it, but I couldn't quite get the beat right to it. The rhythm of it. Like, there was a lot going on. Like, it was quite frantic. The guitar playing at the end there. I don't know. That was an interesting way to end the song. And I was like, I don't know if that was supposed to tie in with like war and stuff, because it is so frantic and offbeat, and it's like, should it even be happening in the first place? What's going on? You know, it's this big mess. It was an interesting end to the song. I think that it was a bit eerie almost. Yeah, really cool. Like I said, good Metallica. It's just good Metallica. The guitar at the start, and then like the more mellow bits just has that Metallica feel to it. The verses were very poetic, imagery filled, painted the image brilliantly, but still had like substance to them, so to speak. The lines, it was just a good song. It's just a well written song. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you have any more suggestions, let me know what to do next. Obviously the list is getting bigger and bigger, but I always want more suggestions, so feel free to give them. Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing it out with me and giving me all your messages of support. I am trying. I'm getting through it. Sort of. Not really, but anyway, I'm glad I have at least an outlet to put stuff into and get something positive out of right now, because I need it right now. I need something. This is what it's doing right now. It's distracting me. So yes, it's good to have this, and I appreciate the support. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.